Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Brian from back on the video. Today we'll be taking a look at my Week 14 predictions, seeing how I did, which games I got wrong, and taking a look at my Week 15s and seeing which games I'm picking and who I'm picking. Yeah, this week I feel like it's going to be a harder week. There's not a lot of games that could go. There's a lot of games that could go either way, and I feel like that could be a problem. Here we go. So, first game I got wrong was Arizona versus Seattle. Seattle I didn't think was going to be that good. They struggled against the Jets, which is why I chose Arizona. But again, I think last week I said with the Buffalo Rams games that game could have gone either way. I didn't actually expect Buffalo to play not as good as they did in the first half, which is why I thought they were going to be playing a lot better in the first half, which is why. And then Chicago or San Francisco. I know looking back at it seems stupid, but Chicago played a great game against Detroit the previous week. They put a lot of like close games this season against some of the big powerhouses. And I thought without McCaffrey and with a lot of injuries happening to that San Francisco team, I really just thought San Francisco was going to lose that game. But, live and you learn. Okay, looking back at it, looking at this week's first game, Rams versus 49ers. I got Rams winning after the win last week against Buffalo, especially putting up all those points and stuff. I really think that Rams team is just going to be ready to come in and play a lot better of a game. Next, we got Dallas versus Carolina. Carolina has played solid football. They played close games against the best teams, Kansas City, Philadelphia. They've just been so good against some of the better teams that I feel like that they could win this game against Dallas, who has struggled throughout the season. Next up, we got Kansas City versus Cleveland. I got Kansas City winning. Cleveland has been looking that good. Yeah, their defense is solid, but I just feel like the problems with turnovers and stuff will play a huge role into why Cleveland loses this game. Next up, Miami versus Houston. I mean, I just think, yeah, they're playing in Houston, but um, I still think Miami has a chance of winning, keeping their season alive. They've been playing some solid football, and I think if they're able to just give the ball more to Tyreek, give it to their more playmakers and make connections, this team is easily going to win. Houston has not been looking good the rest of this season, really. Jets versus Jaguars. I think Jags could win, but it could go to the Jets. But Jets have just been crumbling under pressure a lot this season, and I feel like that's a main point to why I don't think they're going to win. Next, Washington versus New Orleans. Washington, I feel like is going to win. They've been playing some solid football this season, been really good. And New Orleans, especially now without Derek Carr and Taysom Hill out, you have your 1 and 2 quarterback. You have Spencer Rattler back there, and he's just not looking like he's the best quarterback on the field. So next up, we got Baltimore versus Giants. I have Baltimore winning. Giants are just a dumpster fire, but I think I'm still going to predict that this is probably going to be a closer game than people would expect because for some reason Giants are one of the best teams in one-score games this season. They take a lot of games to one score. Next, we got Cincinnati versus Tennessee. I got Cincinnati winning. Tennessee just hasn't been looking the best, and if Cincinnati can get the points they've been getting, I just don't feel like Tennessee can match that. Next up, we got New England versus Arizona. I got Arizona winning. Yeah, Arizona lost last week, but New England has just not been looking good this season. I feel like they're still working on a rebuild, and I feel like Arizona can win this game pretty handedly. Next, we got Indianapolis versus Denver. I got Denver winning. Indianapolis is again looking like one of the best teams, especially up front, that they just seem like a team that just can't be stopped. Next, we got Buffalo versus Detroit. Again, this is a hard game, but I gotta give it to Detroit. You're home. This game could go either way. Really could end up being like last time, but I feel like this Buffalo defense is probably the reason why they won't win as many games as they should because they're just allowing teams to score so many points. Next up, we got Tampa Bay versus Los Angeles Chargers. I got Tampa Bay winning. I feel like Tampa Bay, if they're able to play their games right and they're able to do what they need to do, especially with especially if giving Mike Evans the ball, he's still playing solid football. I think that's where we see a huge change in this, and Tampa Bay potentially getting a better chance at getting the first seed for their division. Yeah, for their division. Pittsburgh versus Philadelphia. Pittsburgh's defense is just so good, and I feel like their front seven will be able to stop not, I shouldn't say stop, prevent the big gains that Barkley has been creating this season. So I feel like that'll definitely help out a lot and give Pittsburgh the chance of winning the game. Next up, we got Green Bay versus Seattle. I'm taking Green Bay in this game. Green Bay had a close game against Detroit. Detroit is being considered one of the best teams in the league. Green Bay has been looking good. And at this moment, after leading the league in interceptions to start the season, Jordan Love has actually not turned the ball over in 3 games, which is great. Another game that could definitely be close. Last time they met, they went into overtime. And Cincinnati versus Minnesota I just got Minnesota winning. Minnesota's been on a great winning streak. They've been playing really well this season and just been playing some good football throughout the season. I just can't see them losing to the Chicago team that's still young and definitely working on it. And final game, we got Atlanta versus Las Vegas. I got Atlanta winning. I think it's not even Kirk Cousins' play. It's just the team around him is solid. I think you have multiple weapons with Drake London, Bijan, and Kyle Pitts. You can work, and especially Tyler Algier, you can run the ball, you can pass, you can do a lot of like motions for getting a lot of yardage off of non-passing plays that definitely will help this team win. Las Vegas has Bowers and they have Bowers, Mayers, but I just don't see them taking as much advantage against this Atlanta team. So yeah, guys, that's my predictions. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.